Welcome back to Outside the Beltway. It's Easter weekend. This is Good Friday. Welcome. I'm John Fredericks. I am your Godzilla of the Truth in America, your blowtorch of free speech, National Federation. You know what? I love having on the new federal state of China because we've got to get to the bottom of what the CCP is doing. Nicole Tsai coming up momentarily. This is Easter weekend. Hey, do yourself a favor. Patriot Economy. Think Patriot Mobile. You got a cell phone? Go to patriotmobile.com/Godzilla. Promo code Godzilla. Get free activation. Support the Patriot Economy. Support us. Stop giving your money to these woke companies. Glenn Story, their CEO, great patriot. Or you can call them and they'll switch you over and you'll save money. And you say Godzilla, boom, free activation. Just go to 972-PATRIOT. 972-PATRIOT. Knock your socks off service. But here's the thing. This is how we fund our movement. Go to patriotmobile.com/Godzilla, promo code Godzilla, or call 972-PATRIOT. Joining us now is Nicole Tsai, and she is a member of the new federal state of China. Nicole, I know it's Good Friday weekend. You guys are really busy. We really wanted you on today. A lot going on. Thank you for being with us, Nicole.
Good morning, John. Thank you for having me. It's so great to be here.
Nicole, I want to start. I really want our audience to understand the depth that the CCP right now is attempting to undermine the United States. Can you detail some of that for us, Nicole?
Absolutely. So to start first, I'm a member of the new federal state of China, co-founded by Mr. Mao Zedong, CCP enemy number one, and also Steve K. Bannon back in 2020 on June 4th with a mission to take down the Chinese Communist Party. So we have the best knowledge and experience of how to fight the CCP. Well, the CCP really does have a long plan to take down and take over America. It is a tale of boiling frog. America has been getting comfortable with the quick profits and quick returns from the CCP's cheap market enabled by the slavery of the CCP and the Wall Street. And so it is a long plan. Remember the book by Michael Pillsbury, The 100-Year Marathon? Well, American people are looking to the next iPhone release or the next quarterly earning call. The CCP is looking at taking down America 10 years from today. Back in 2015, the CCP came up with a Made in China 2025 plan. That is to take over America's dominance in the global high-tech manufacturing. So this is a long-term plan. And Mr. Mao warned the American people back in 2017, and he called out the CCP's 3F plan to take down America. The 3F stands for foment weakness, foment chaos, and foment destruction. And he also dropped the bombshell about the CCP's 13579 plan, which is for CCP to come up with one bioweapon developed within 3 years. It's a deadly virus, later known as the COVID-19, and five stands for 5 years in effect, taking down 7 countries, and that is the 5-Eye Partnership plus India and Japan. And 9 stands for within 9 months, the CCP will introduce a false vaccine to continue deteriorating the public health and the global economy. So if you look at the CCP's plan, it's being very systematic and methodical and strategic. So this is the reason why the CCP hates Mao so much, that the CCP weaponized America's justice system. And right now, Mr. Mao is behind bar. He's jailed in a federal prison in New York City. And this is a grand victory of Xi Jinping and the CCP, because by weaponizing America's justice plan, the CCP has already achieved its final goal of taking down America. Because if this can happen to Mr. Mao, it can happen to any political dissident on this country. And for example, President Trump's indictment is a perfect example.
Well, you tie the two together. I mean, there's no question about it. We've got a U.S. president that no one really knows the level that he might be compromised. We haven't got to the bottom of that. We had a Chinese balloon going over U.S. military installations, sending back live on-time video back to the CCP, surveillance video in real time. We said deny it. John Kirby at the Department of Defense said it was a weather balloon. So the whole Biden administration is in denial on this. Another thing that I really want to talk about is this new alliance. I'm going to call it the Russo-Sino Alliance, the 3-day visit, President Xi going to meet with Putin for 3 days. You know, we don't know what secret deals were made. How concerned are you, Nicole, about that new development?
Well, I think America should be deeply troubled and concerned by Xi Jinping's plan to form a new axis of evil, and that is the CCP, Russia, Iran, and also North Korea, because Xi Jinping has a global ambition to take over the Western society, and that's why they formed a very close partnership with Russia in the invasion to Ukraine. And Xi Jinping is also eyeing on Taiwan. So I'm very glad that Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, met with the Taiwanese President Tsai Ing-wen in California. And this is what he said. He says, I'm the Speaker of the House, and no one can tell me where should I go or who should I not meet. So I want to give a big shout out to Kevin McCarthy. America needs to stand up and say no to CCP's bullying and tyranny, because over the years, the CCP has been very successful in dictating what the American lawmakers, what they should meet and what they should say. And they always use the excuse of, oh, what you're doing is to damage the so-called Sino-US relationship. But let's not forget that the CCP does not represent China or the Chinese people. It is it's an illegal government, not elected by the Chinese people.
You know, Nicole, you've got a video I'm going to play in a second, but a lot of people I had on Congressman Rob Whitman, who's chairman of a subcommittee basically on the China threat to Taiwan. He believes that a direct invasion and attack on Taiwan, military attack by the CCP, was imminent within 24 months. And he said that without sharing classified information, every war game scenario they ran, one was worse than the other, the outcome for the U.S. We don't have enough ships. We don't have enough subs. We don't have enough people in the area. We don't have enough people trained. It goes on and on. So obviously the CCP is seeing this, and you got McCarthy over there now. And I've got a video I want to get up also. How imminent do you think a CCP invasion attack is on Taiwan, Nicole?
Yeah, I think it all depends on what America is going to do about clean up your own house and take down the CCP in this country, because America will not have moral authority or leadership to talk about defending Taiwan if you have allowed the CCP to deeply infiltrate in your own justice system. You should be looking into Moscow's law cases. Moscow is facing more than 70 lawsuits funded and launched against him in America's courthouses by the CCP by utilizing the so-called BGY strategy. B stands for blue, which is forced technology transfer and cyber attack. And the G stands for gold, using money to corrupt the US politicians and people in high places. And Y stands for yellow, and that is sex, bribe, and blackmail. And days before Moscow's arrest, he dropped a bombshell on Fauci, indicating that Fauci had an intimate personal relationship with a Chinese woman 40 years younger than him. And that woman happened to be the director general of the bioweapon lab in Wuhan. Figure that out. And yeah, and so these are the bombshells that you're not going to hear from America's mainstream media, and it's also been heavily censored and suppressed by the big tech. So that's why Mr. Moskwa wanted to have.
I want to get to that video before we run out of time. Asset B, DC, roll that tape.
I can tell you what is going on in Taiwan. Most of the intelligence services in Taiwan and most Taiwan's military have been bought off by the CCP. Once the war starts, Taiwan's military will definitely sell out the Taiwanese people. Taiwan's military and intelligence agencies will be the first one to sell out the Taiwanese. Taiwan bought a lot of drones recently. Do you know where the drones were made? Made in communist China.
Unbelievable. But comment on that, Nicole.
Yeah, absolutely. And, remember you were talking about the spy balloon. And when the spy balloon was shot down, the U.S. military found some parts were also made in China. And so you can apply Mr. Mao's warning about Taiwan to the U.S. military. I mean, how many U.S. drones were using the parts from the CCP? Because this country has pretty much, shift all your manufacturing very critical to this country's national security to the CCP's slave labor camp. So I think America should be worried about, in this country, you got so many American sellout and traitors who are in bed with the CCP, and they're inside your government agencies, and maybe they're also in the U.S. military.
Nicole, I got to wrap, but I tell you what, I got to have you back because you're the bell ringer here. You're making people aware of how corrupted this relationship is and how dangerous it is. And I want to thank you for being with us. Nicole Tsai, she's a member of the new federal state of China. Nicole, thank you for being with us. Thanks for coming on. Thank you for your candor. Have a very happy Easter to everyone. Ed and Karen at the beach.